Worst thing that a friend has ever done to me. Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Grab a drink of your choice. I have a nice latte. There you go, well done. Not surprised anymore. I know I always drink iced lattes, but for some reason it doesn't matter how cold it is, they give me so much comfort and peace and love. Anyways, you might think, what is the worst thing that someone has done to her? How horrible might it be? And you're probably also thinking, what is the worst thing that I have experienced, that you have experienced? You're probably now trying to seek in your mind if you've had a toxic friend or not. But I believe you're here, you probably have experienced something similar. Okay, let's go back to high school. Okay, well, I met this friend at school. In fact, wait a minute, I actually met her in kindergarten. Crazy, yes, we were like 3 years old, and I remember I have pictures with her. So we met in kindergarten, then by chance we went to the same school, by chance we were in the same class. So all the years in school and all the years in high school, we were in the same class. So as you can imagine, she became a really close friend. My mom and her mom were like super close, and in summer we went to the beach together and we were really close. But then something changed. You know perfectly well that in high school everything changes. Expectations, teenagers just can be so bad. What am I gonna tell you, right? Teenage can truly be the worst. Why? Because they're just hormones, and I'm not justifying, right? But like, if someone is already a bad person in high school, they're like the worst of the worst because they just need to be cool and be popular. Okay. So you start to compare yourself more, everyone wants to look good. There's boys and there's girls and there's all this. Okay, so she changed completely. Not her appearance, not her life, but her personality. Why? Because at that time, being cool actually matters. In school, being cool matters, but in high school, you actually have to be cool. Otherwise, you're going to be bullied. I know you might tell me, look, Hayley, in a school they can bully you. Yes, but it's not the same. The schools tend to have less students in the classrooms. There's a bit more control. Children are still more innocent, but when you go to high school, it's a whole new level. And I remember at the time, everyone was actually scared of going to high school. It was parents that said, oh, it's okay, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to high school and she changes. Because for the first time, and I'm going to talk from her perspective as well, for the first time, she can compare properly. She can see what other people have. She can see how she doesn't have that. She can see how if other teenager is running out of any material, her parents will buy that, and she can see how she doesn't have that. She can see all girls wearing fancy clothes, having a nice new sweater, having a new nice trousers, jeans, being fashionable, and she can see how she doesn't have that. She can see how she's wearing her brother clothes from many years ago. The issue with this person, this girl, is that her mom, obviously, a lovely person, but she was very stingy with money. So even if a daughter needed things, she wouldn't give her those things. I remember, having a pencil. She had a pencil this size. And no, I'm not exaggerating, this size. So she was struggling to write. And I remember many times it was she will tell me, oh, I have to end the course. I have to end this year with this pencil because my mom told me she will not buy me a new one. And this happened with everything, whether it was Rafa, she will say the same thing, my mom is not going to get me a new one. And I was like, are you joking? Honestly, because it was things that are very cheap and necessary in a high school, very necessary. So you can already see that she didn't have the nicest upbringing, and I am someone that I'm against giving a child everything, right? Because the child is not going to value it, but there's limits. Like, I don't agree with giving a child everything, but the main necessary things and nice clothes from time to time, yes. Because in high school as well, you know that your child is going to feel very, very, very much alone because everyone is just being given everything. Okay, you don't have to give everything, but for like a pencil. So this already, I already realized, oh my gosh, like this is not normal, but I just so stingy mom. But like if there was a birthday, she normally will not be invited because her mom didn't allow her to go. So any kind of birthday, she could not come. I think she was only allowed to come to my birthday and another girl, but any other birthday that was with more people, she could not come. And I know that made her really angry because she will tell me, she will want to come and she will not allowed. And then I know that she also didn't she never really told me, but she did tell me that all the clothes that she wore were her brother's. So it was her and her brother's much older. So she didn't wear any clothes, I think, apart from the shoes, that she only had one pair and always wore the same, that and trainers, that's it. She always wore her brother clothes, which were, now that I think about it and when she told me, it really did look like boys' clothes. The material, the trousers were so thick. And because she was taller than her brother, the trousers, the jeans were actually short. So this would be her fit and it will be here. There will be shorts for her. And she wore that for years and years and years and years. And I remember asking her at times, oh, these jeans, whatever. I don't know. I would just say, because maybe she will say they're shorts for her. I will not bring out anything because I didn't even realize it was boys' clothes. But she will complain that they're short and I will say, oh, but they're yours or something. Then she started revealing, no, it's my brother's, whatever. And I want to be very careful with this topic because, there are parents that might really have necessities and they do not have the money to buy things. But I can tell you that wasn't this woman's case because I know her. I've been to their house. I know everything. Many years. My mom knows them. And it wasn't an issue of money. It's just that she was really harsh as a parent. She was very harsh as a parent. I didn't really see her being kind or hugging her daughter. I only saw discipline, not letting her go anywhere. You get the best marks. She actually recently, I found out, she wanted to go to university and her mom didn't allow her to go to university. So she had to study online, hiding herself. University. Now you know the context. But now, my side of the story, okay? I am so empathic that I told you first her life and all the issues with her life and her mom and why she's the way that she is. Because I want you to know that people are not in a certain way by magic. Normally, there is a trauma. Normally, there is something they're going through. It doesn't justify it, but it makes you understand. This is what I want you to know. It brings you peace. Because when someone does you wrong, when someone treats you bad, when someone hurts you so much, and you can't even understand why, that can destroy you. Once you know why, you understand. You don't accept it, but you understand. Okay. In high school, she changed, okay, because of all these things. She was really unhappy with her life, and I realized now, wanted to feel understood, and the way that she felt not understood but find comfort, so was it making me feel bad? Who is the closest person she had? Me. So she had so much misery and sadness that if she made me feel bad, then we will share the same emotion and she will not feel as alone. But it just started with small things. I remember at the time I did my eyebrows, in a place that they took some of my hairs. And when she saw me the first time, she told me I looked so ugly. My eyebrows looked so ugly. And I remember there was another girl in the classroom that had done the same thing. And I remember at the time I said, well, this girl in the class did the same thing. And you actually said you loved it. And she did exactly what I did in my eyebrows. And she was like, but it looks good on her, but it looks so bad on you. You look so ugly. Those things already, but because I want to be nice and a good person, and I didn't even think about her stop being my friend. But then this continued. If one day I did makeup, just a bit of makeup, to high school, she will tell me that I look so ugly, like I look like a clown. Then she was a bit overweight. And I remember she will tell me all the time that I was overweight. She will tell me all the time that I was fat. I remember watching a cartoon in the classroom in French, was it the subject? And there was like a cartoon, I don't know which cartoon it was, but there was like a cartoon that was really like super big, like, and she told me, oh, look, that looks like you, that looks like us. I didn't say anything because I was actually a very innocent child. I could not really see the bad in people. I just didn't understand why she said that. And what happened to me, because I actually was skinny, what happened to me is that I started to believe her words. Before all this, she will make comments like, oh, how can you eat? Because for the playground, I will take like a piece of bread like this. And she was like, oh, how can you eat that and not be fat, you know? But then, you know, at first you're not going to realize, that's the thing. Just, oh, silly comments. But then when you put everything together and when actually it's gone crazy, you're like, oh my gosh, this has actually been happening for ages, a long time, unnoticed. So those things have started. So she will always call me fat every day. She will compare me to another friend that we had in our class that was also quite overweight, and she will literally say, you're much bigger than her. And I remember at the time I was like, I mean, everyone, yeah, they needs to love their body. It doesn't matter how they are. Like if they're happy with their image, great. We're children anyway. We're children, okay? Started in high school, 30, we're children. But I still remember telling her I'm not, because, you know, not because it's just a bad thing, but because she was telling me something that I was like, this is not real. So I was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, looking at my face. Yes, you are. And I was like, but I'm not bigger than I. Yes, you are. You are. And, you know, at some point I started to believe it because my mind could not accept how someone could tell you those things and not mean it. How could someone tell me in my straight face